If you love food and travel, then Max McFarlin might be one of your favorite YouTubers. He has more than 690K subscribers on his channel. Max's story is quite fascinating. In this video, I'll tell you about his love for food, how his love for Vietnam started, how a trip to Chinatown changed his course of life, and how he quit his job to become a full-time, successful YouTuber. So, now let's start from the beginning. Max McFarlin was born on January 8, 1993. He grew up in Little Rock, Arkansas, U.S. His father is a farmer. He also runs a factory. Max has two elder brothers, Mickey and Matt. As a child, Max was overweight and was bullied for his weight. He loved food from a young age and grew up in the kitchen with his grandmother Honey, helping her cook. Once, Max received an Easy Bake Oven as a Christmas present, and he used to cook in it. During Halloween, he used to dress up as a chef, and at 4, he decided to grow up to become a chef. At 13, he watched food and travel shows which fascinated him. He wanted to grow up to produce such shows. Now, he is doing exactly that through his YouTube channel. Max dropped his dream of becoming a chef as he believed that chefs work for very long hours, even on holidays, and are confined to the kitchen and are paid meagerly. And also, at the time, the nearby schools focused only on French culinary, but he was interested in Asian cuisine. Max grew up working on his family's remote farm in Arkansas. His family owned 120 acres of farm and had around 70 cows. He grew up quite remotely and didn't have any neighbors. He didn't have access to the internet until 18 and didn't travel much outside his farm until 24. Also, he studied from a small high school and graduated with just 29 fellow students. The teenager Max used to work in his father's factory in summers. Here, he met Ty, a Vietnamese man, who was an employee at the factory. Max used to work with him, and even though Ty didn't speak English, Max was fascinated by his Vietnamese and method of working. He befriended Ty and started inviting him to his birthday parties and other celebrations. Max's family was also influenced by Ty and started eating rice for every meal after observing Ty consuming a lot of rice. Max fell in love with Vietnam and wanted to travel there. He also fell in love with Asia and Asian cultures, and used to watch Jackie Chan movies and anime and loved eating American Chinese buffet. Initially, he joined the University of Arkansas and later was transferred to the University of Central Arkansas. He studied pre-med and graduated in 2015. Max worked in Whole Foods Market and did a few other jobs, and then started working as a model at the Sculp Agency LLC at Little Rock, in Arkansas in December 2016. While at university, he grew depressed and downhearted and started feeling purposeless. So, he started receiving therapy for depression. At the time, Max was 24 and didn't travel much beyond his farm, and as he was suffering from depression, he decided to travel to New York for a change and tour the International Culinary Center as he wanted to join a culinary school in New York. Max spent an entire week in Chinatown, which intensified his desire to travel to Asia, and thanks to this, he dropped his previous plan of either studying from a medical school or a culinary school. As Max decided to move to Asia, he applied for an English teacher job in Vietnam, Thailand, South Korea, and Hong Kong. In January 2018, he secured the job of an English teacher at Monkey Tree International Group in Hong Kong. His job involved teaching kids and demanded long hours, often 12-hour workdays, but paid modestly, and the apartments in Hong Kong were expensive even though they were old and small. Despite all these, Max enjoyed living there as it gave him a chance to learn about Asia and its culture. After working for 3 years and saving money, he started his YouTube channel by the name I Kind of Eats on November 21, 2017. Max later renamed his channel to Max McFarlin and then to Mắc Ơi. He published his first video, Delicious Congee, at FAUN Cooked Food Market in Hong Kong on April 6, 2018. At the time, he was still working as an English teacher and also had a blog by the name I Kind of Eats. In 2019, Max quit his job and became a full-time YouTuber. At the time, his channel wasn't profitable and he was surviving on his savings, but he believed that his channel would become profitable sooner or later. And he was living modestly and didn't travel outside of Hong Kong in order to be frugal. Thankfully, Max's channel later became profitable and he never looked back. After shooting a few videos in Hong Kong, he traveled to China where he shot a few videos, and then he moved to Vietnam and started living in Ho Chi Minh City, Saigon, Vietnam, and in 2020, he bought an apartment in Saigon. Max also traveled to numerous countries like Malaysia, Taiwan, South Korea, Thailand, Nepal, Philippines, Indonesia, Singapore, Laos, Sri Lanka, India, Myanmar, United States, Peru, Pakistan, Turkey, etc., and produced videos there. He earns from ads, membership, super thanks, sponsorships, and affiliate marketing. He also sells 24-hour deli food guide on Gumroad. Max films his videos with a Canon EOS Rebel T6i camera, and in addition to his primary channel, he has two other channels, namely Daily Max and Max McFarlin. He often interacts with locals selling dishes to learn their stories and about their dishes. He also researches about dishes by reading articles and books, specifically cookbooks, and focuses on learning about ingredients, cooking methods, and tastes. Max also researches good places to eat and history of dishes and their connection with people and culture. Now that I've finished telling you his story, enjoy a few tidbits about him. Max's astrological sign is Capricorn and the Chinese zodiac sign is Monkey. He loves spicy foods and mam tom, fermented shrimp paste. He loves learning languages, and in addition to English, he knows Chinese and Japanese. So, how are you inspired by Max McFarlin's story? Please comment below. If you are into reading, I've also written his story on my website, which I'm linking in this video's description. And if you are interested in more success stories of your favorite YouTubers, please subscribe to my YouTube channel.